Hey guys, Imagine from ECF. I'm going to do a real quick review, not so much a review really, I guess. It's more my thoughts on the Rios mods and the RioMod.com. This is basically a video all about the Woodvil, some of the new features of the Woodvil versus the original. I'm trying to do some up-close pictures. I really wanted to show off the craftsmanship, the beauty. Before I get started, I want to talk about, I love Rios mods. What really excites me about what's going on now is, while I love the mods that he's made, like the aluminum, the grand, I love the mini little guy here. You know, all these mods that he's made have been beautiful, wonderful, great mods that I use all the time. But really sets Rios mods, when I think about RiosMods.com, I think about wood mods. And that's what gets me kind of like, alright, cool, I love these, I love the wood mods. And that's what drawed me towards them, you know, from day one. I've been like, yeah, you know, I just love the wood mods. So let's talk about the Woodvil. Now let's do a little comparison. This is the Woodvil on your left, and the original on your right. Now the one on the left, as you can see, has a recessed button slightly into the mod versus the original that was not recessed. And you can see it sticks out the whole way, and then the new one is recessed in. It's actually about halfway in. Makes it a little more slick, a little more sleek versus the original. The original obviously was very boxy, nice straight edges, just box mod, straight. The new one obviously is angled and curved all the way around. There is a slight difference in height. Not very much, but it's just a slight difference. If you want to really get on comparisons, I would say that the Grand and the Woodvil are pretty close in height with the well, but the depth is a little bit smaller, and the width is also a little bit smaller. So it's just a little more rounded, a little more contoured, a little more sleek than the other one. Also, let's see if you can see that, the brass well, there's a huge difference. You can see it's about a third of the size, maybe about half of the older style compared to the new Woodvil, which is essentially the Rio 2.0. This is a Jatoba and Wenge, and honestly I can't remember the woods on this one. I can't think off the top of my head, but I know this one's Purple Heart and something else, but okay, so when we came out with the aluminum mods, he ended up having a hole in the door for you to push your bottle to feed up to the atomizer, versus the old style with the push button. You can still request your door to be, on the new Woodvil, to be like the original, and you can also request an 801 or a 510 connection. They come native, I believe, with 510, but you can ask for an 801 as well. Me personally, I like the 510 306. You know, you can use either one for that. And then if you want an adapter for a 901 or whatnot, you could do. But I prefer the 306 or a 510. When we pop open, let's go ahead and pop these open. You'll see on the inside, they're virtually the same. Same kind of setup. You know, you have your bottle on the left, you have your hydrant or whatever battery you're using on the right, and you have a juice feeding connection up to the top. The only really difference I see is that there is more brass or more connection exposed on the original versus the new one has the hose that goes up over it almost completely. The same thing with the groove. They both have a groove with the hidden wire, which it makes for a very attractive inside. There's really not much showing other than the wire that's been grooved out into it. They both have the same on-off, and the spring is slightly different, more coils I think, but other than that, they both hold a 6 milliliter bottle of juice. If you do hold them upside down for a long time, then they will, you know, obviously juice can leak out. Will it happen? Probably not, and you would have to hold it for, you know, quite some time. The well on the top, obviously, if it gets too full, you can either power vape through it or clean it out really easily with a Q-tip. What I like about these new wells, because they're smaller, you can fit a Q-tip in there, and it's a 510 connection. It's easier versus the 801, which is a smaller space in between the connection and the wall versus the new one. other than that, you know, they're beautiful, beautiful mods. All the real mods are great looking mods, but this Woodvil is just a step above. The like I said, what really, you know, makes me happy about the real mods is I love the wood mods, and I love what he can do craftsmanship wise and woodworking with these. Excuse me. If you look at the door or the body, the connection that goes in, I guess this is called a dovetail. I'm not a woodworker, so, you know, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I think this is a dovetail. Now, when you slide the door in there, they have a magnet at the top that connects. The inside of the door has one as well, and that'll hold your door up there. Now, if you look at smooth, it goes very smooth. Slides smooth, connects on there, and stays on there. You can, you know, go like that. I mean, it ain't gonna go nowhere unless you really try. But if you looked at the, let's see, the line between the body and the door is so snug, you couldn't fit a piece of paper in between where the dovetail is. It's that tight, yet it goes up and down, you know, so perfectly. It's that tight that, I mean, it's just beautiful. It looks seamless, like it's one piece of wood that starts here and just, you know, it just doesn't end. It's just beautiful. So stuff like that, I look at, you know, I guess I like, you know, to look at the little details like that, and I think that's what sets Rios mods apart, is that there's no minute detail that doesn't get looked at, or, you know, he doesn't know about, that, you know, and if he doesn't know about it, you can, you know, holler at him, I guess, and let him know. But I've yet to really find any. But like I said, and how does it vape? Okay, so beyond words, it's just a powerhouse. It hits wonderfully hard. I've been going with the Cisco 306 low resistance 1.5 with a high drain 3.7 18650. I actually have Virginia menthol vapor bomb juice, 100% VG, 30 milligrams, and it just rocks all day long. Obviously with the 306 you go through a lot more juice than you would a 510, just because these burn a little hotter, and the juice, you have to keep it nice and wet, so you go through a lot more juice. But man, does it rock. 6 milliliter bottle of juice in there, 3.7, or you can run 2 3-volt batteries for your 6-volt configuration, or 2 3.7 for a 7.4 with a high resistance atomizer. I just prefer the low resistance. I hate mess. I used to do 6 volts and all that, and I just got tired of really messing with 2 batteries, you know. I like the convenience of 1 battery, boom, in, low resistance. I can vape all day. Rockin' Woodvil, man. Just a beautiful mod. And I'll just give you another 360 here. It's just so beautiful. And I hope this video comes out good. And I know it's a close-up, but it's just such a beautiful mod, and I didn't want to have the attention to be anywhere but the mod, you know. Really, just, if you soak it in, it's just a beautiful mod. Nicely finished, and the fit is just remarkable. It looks seamless, you know, it's just so nice. So if you go to riosmods.com, you can pick one of these bad boys up when they're up. He does sell out quickly of all the mods, because you know, it's a great mod, and obviously he wouldn't sell out continuously if they weren't great. I think the wood mods are now $150. Do not know if that includes shipping. I think it does. And I think the aluminum mods are $134. He does have a mini version coming out, which I can't wait to see. I love all these wood mods, like I said, and I can't wait to see it. So, you know, check it out, riosmods.com. I think there's a warranty of 6 months on parts and labor. Don't quote me 100%. You can check it out. This wasn't like a review, like I said. I'm just kind of going over all the details and talking about it. You know, I didn't have to. Nobody told me I had to review it. It's just, you know, something I wanted to talk about. So this is a beautiful mod. Check them out. Oh yeah, so let me see. On-off switch on the bottom. I don't know if I covered that or not, but left for off, right for on, and you're vaping away. I'll have some more videos up, you know, talking about some more stuff. So, but anyhow, later guys. Check out riosmods.com.